The United States just adopted XRP, and no one was paying attention. You were too busy watching your trade, wondering why you're not making money with your XRP bag, thinking about selling it. Meanwhile, the biggest catalyst for the growth of the price potential for XRP, well, I believe it's just occurred. Find out what it is, what it means for the XRP price, whether or not we're gonna get rich. Let's get it. I'm not a financial advisor. Welcome to Armstrong Crypto X. Don't just trade crypto, experience it. Today we're going to be talking about XRP and something that I read over the last 48 hours that finally has me feeling like we are moving exactly towards where we want to be moving, and maybe a little bit of the slowness right now of the XRP pump and XRP news trickling out, maybe it's coming into focus a little bit. So you guys may or may not know, but Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple Labs, was in Davos for the World Economic Forum. Every single year they have this event, and Brad goes every year. Ripple, I think, was a sponsor last year. I don't know if they were a sponsor this year, but I believe Brad Garlinghouse may or may not actually, he may sit on the WR. I can't remember. But the point is that he was there and he did an interview and he talked about something that to me is the key for XRP success. And it is the key for adoption in America and really beyond in the banks. You see, the thing is that XRP was created to be the transfer medium between digital assets going cross-border. Now, right now, they're not necessarily digital. Money is not necessarily digital. Information is digital when it comes to bank transfers, but actual value being sent is still done in an archaic fashion. And you see, that's what XRP fixes. That's what Ripple fixes. Now, it's important to understand that I was very wrong about XRP. If you go back many years ago, I fell into the same traps that most of the XRP haters fall into, which is just hearing something and then echoing it and believing it and making arguments around it when you don't even really understand it. And we all do that when we first come into crypto. We think we know more than we do. And the fact is there were a lot of outcries about XRP because, you see, the value proposition of XRP has always been working with the banks and the government. That's what people see as the thing that can make the XRP price go through the roof. Well, the thing is working with the government, it doesn't necessarily seem like it's really happening, okay? Stellar got a cool government job, but XRP gets hated on by the government, especially the SEC, as you know. So they went through the whole debacle, which held us back from the last bull run, which really sucked. We could have been at all-time highs. We'd be at $10 XRP right now, but we're not. Thanks, Gary. He is my buddy, though. Gary is my buddy, though. As you guys know, we did get the ETF approved together. But the fact is that when it comes to XRP and when it comes to value proposition, it's always been the point of sale equivalency for banks, the software they use to do things. Ripple's created a better version. There hasn't been upgrades or updates to this kind of bank point of sale software, the thing that ties all the banks networks together and makes them able to Salesforce for banks, so much you can almost say in a way. Because of this stuff has not been upgraded in years because it's hard to do, and Ripple has done it. But you see, early on, there was a problem, which was that Ripple knew that it wanted to do cross-border transactions, it wanted to do the sale, wanted to have this big company. So the thing is, you have to understand, is that in this transfer scenario to where we're doing cross-border transactions with XRP, for instance, through a point-of-sale system that was built by Ripple, okay? That means that every bank is just like with a world reserve currency. Every bank is going to have XRP on hand to be able to send the transfers back through its software. People push back and say, oh, well, you know what? Anybody can make the software, and nobody has. Okay, nobody's done it. It's much harder than that. But there was a fatal flaw with the original Ripple software. And it was, they had three products, Xcurrent, XRapid, and XVIA. The problem was, and everybody knew it, those products that the banks were using, and many banks did use them, I think there were about 100 banks that used them, they did not have to settle in XRP, meaning they didn't have to hold XRP to settle back then. And that was a huge problem. And people that hated XRP, the fudders, they'd always say, there's no point to it now. What's the point of these banks using the Ripple services but they're not using the XRP token. Sure, the Ripple Labs IPO eventually might be huge, but what would the value proposition of XRP be if all of the banks using the software aren't having to use the token? There's no motivation to get into the world of crypto per se and to hold on to XRP. But Brad Garlinghouse a few years ago figured out they had to stop that. And something happened once they did that. They created two new products, RippleNet and ODL, or on-demand liquidity, and those two products are the combination of the other three products, with the difference being they're settled in XRP now, meaning any bank that uses it has to settle their transactions with XRP, meaning they have to buy it. This is the true value proposition of XRP, and this is where it's going. Now, might be also interested in another silly thing, an online social casino. That's right, the world's largest online social casino, Stake. Of course, Ben Armstrong Crypto X is powered by Stake. That's right. If you want to go play some games, you want to get some gold coins, you want to switch them out, maybe earn some Stakes cash where you get some cool prizes, some real prizes, some prizes that'll make it green. Make sure to check out the QR code on the screen. What's interesting is, during the entire SEC case, Ripple Labs was out there pounding the pavement, getting partners all across the world. We saw banks from the APAC region, or the Asian Pacific market. We saw it in Africa. We saw it in South America. We saw a lot of moves with XRP making progress in its pursuit of becoming the world leader in crypto banking, international cross-border transactions. And also, obviously, they're chained to have the XRPL as well. But the thing is that we watched it through the entire bear market. Ripple made big moves internationally. But here's the thing. Ripple wasn't really making moves here in America. Why? Because they were in an SEC lawsuit with the United States Securities and Exchange Commission saying that they're a security. Well, do you think any bank in America is going to touch Ripple Labs as a partner with a pending SEC lawsuit, calling it a security and accusing their CEO of $500 million in securities violations? Or that's the profit he made, they said. Now, we know Brad Garlinghouse doesn't do anything without really specifically having a plan. This tells me, when he says this, this is a dog whistle to us of exactly what is happening. Adoption is coming in the United States for XRP. It's actually already here. Just, we haven't seen it yet. But it's coming, and it's here. In Davos, on Fox Business, Brad Garlinghouse this week basically hinted that XRP adoption by banks is coming in the United States. See, Brad doesn't do anything without being very strategic. We've been looking at all these XRP narratives, the ETF narrative now. We've been looking at the IPO narrative that now looks like it's been moved to next year, which is great all the way around. And now we're looking at the narrative of the SEC calling Ripple not a security now, or losing the case, accusing it of being a security. And now, on Fox Business, Brad Garlinghouse says, because of this, the chances of Ripple and XRP getting into the banks in America has greatly increased. Guys, we all knew there were already deals made behind closed doors. Now, we just have to see what they look like. Get a little bit of breathing room here, maybe reverse the price, be good if the price would go up. But it's going to go up over time, guys. It's going to go up quickly over time. Doesn't mean today, it doesn't mean tomorrow. But I do believe that our time is coming. I believe that by Monday, we're going to be heading in the right direction for XRP. I know that's a bold statement considering the markets right now. I'm not as bearish on the markets as everybody else is. It certainly can happen. We can drop, can go down considerably. But I would be much more concerned about the fact that behind closed doors, it looks like the banks in America are getting ready to adopt XRP. We've already seen it adopted across the world in banks everywhere. Banks that have branches here in America have already adopted XRP. What you have to understand is when Ripple changed their products, there was a drop dead date by which all banks had to switch over to the XRP settled products instead of the current dollar settled products. So I'm not sure where that sheet is that says exactly when all that happens. But I do know we are moving towards these banks using XRP. There's nothing else out there like it. Guys, the software, I call it point of sale. I don't know what else to call it. The banking infrastructure network that it's created. It's bar none. Nobody's ever done anything like it. And the banks are already saying we're willing to try it. And we know that it works. Guys, before you know it, all money around the world is going to be sent with XRP. And just think about what that's going to do for the price. Guys, make sure to comment down below on what your XRP prediction is. Do you believe it's going to get used by the banks? Or do you think I'm crazy? Let me know down below in the comments. Hit the like button on your way out. Helps keep the lights on. Be blessed.